Welcome back to part 2, the modular core kit, the MCK, the 24 to 48 hour survival resource pack system. The next on the list that we left off is now going to be headlamp or a light source of any type that you prefer. It could be a small single cell like AA or AAA flashlight, but with the versatility of the headlamp, I think that would be by far the better choice to keep your hands free and just ease of use. I'd probably pick a multi-mode, maybe at least a two-mode headlamp. You can get them very easily. They have different brands. Like at Walmart has an Ozark Trail brand that for typically under $10. You can get a really nice multi-mode with a high and a low stage LED and with more than enough light. And that's going to be an option. Of course, you could step up and maybe get a little bit higher quality headlamp or flashlight that would have the ability to absorb shock and of course the water resistance. The next item in our pack here would be a notepad, so you can document notes, draw maps, leave messages to other people, especially rescuers, about what direction you may or may not be going, any injuries in your party that you may want to pass on to other people. Sometimes maybe it's just, writing out your options in an emergency to kind of clear your head and to cause it, create a distraction, including a compact pencil or pen. It's going to be really important to have a way to write down things, and a pencil, while it's very good so you can sharpen it with your knife in the field, it may not always stand up to the rigors of punishment, especially if your bag gets tossed around or the pencil gets broken, which is more likely than a pen. If you do get a pen, just get a very nice, decent quality pen that's going to be, pretty much brand new. You don't want an empty pen or out there in the field and not have the ability to write because it just ran out of ink. But some people carry both. You could get a very compact pen too, and that you don't have to carry a full-size pen. Mini Bic lighter. A full-size Bic lighter is fine too, but we're looking at every ounce, every fraction of an ounce, every little inch or fraction of an inch we're trying to save. And a mini Bic can create many fires, hundreds of fires, just depending on how long it takes for you to create a fire. For redundancy though, you could add matches, a ferro rod, or even a Fresnel lens if that's what you wish. And I do recommend probably at least including one redundancy with your fire kit. But because this is such a short-term survival resource pack, I'm going to just go ahead and just say the mini Bic lighter and the redundancy fire choice that you feel the most comfortable with. The next item would be emergency cash. You should probably have enough to get you through 2 days of everything you possibly could imagine, including your need for shelter. You may have to rent a hotel room, God forbid, or pay cash for a tow. So I'd say at least $100 to $120 per day. So between $200 to $250 range would be my comfort level to have in this particular bag. But more the better. The next item would be the emergency type of blanket system. I really like, though, the emergency Mylar ponchos. I think that they're just a little bit more easier to work with, especially if you're going to be using this for shelter, which is obviously the main reason. It's already a form-fitting kind of system when you already have the poncho system, created to just slip on. And it's a lot easier to use that than just a blanket system that you have to kind of configure it around you and wrap it. They both work just fine. There's also a third one, though, that I didn't list, but there's the it's like a sleeping bag, Mylar sleeping bag type of configuration. They're okay as well, and that could be an option. They typically are not much bigger than these, but just for my option, I thought you might want to be mobile and have a means to retain heat. So the Mylar poncho might be the middle ground for both in all of your needs. And the last element for this particular video, and we'll go into part 3 next, it would be the rain poncho, just a very small, plastic rain poncho. You can usually get them at like a Walmart. They call them like emergency ponchos for like 99 cents or less, and that would be good as just a redundancy, so you wouldn't have to get your Mylar poncho out. You could just put your little rain poncho to cover up, and especially on a hotter day, you wouldn't have the issues with being overheated if you were just to put your Mylar poncho on. So we'll catch you on part 3. Thanks for watching.